So, match week 1 of the World Cup has finished, and now I'm gonna do this every match week, and I'm gonna speak about basically each team. I'm gonna speak about which I think was the best game of the week, biggest disappointed, biggest surprises. Yeah, I'm trying to go for all 48 teams and some matches to be excited for match week 2. So, as you know, guys, the World Cup started with Mexico versus South Africa. Mexico, the host, looked very good, very comfortable win. I'm not going to speak that much about matches because if you look on my shorts in the channel, there is basically every game is my match reaction. So check them out, guys. There's loads. Yeah, Mexico looked very strong for the hosts, and they were better, in my opinion. I think they will probably win the group. Their attack looked good, and they got the crowd behind them, and they've got the thingy. So everything's behind them. Over South Africa didn't look good at all. They just had nothing coming. Plus 2 red cards, not looking good. They're probably next game against Czech Republic is probably the decisive of like them going out or no. Speaking about Czech Republic, they didn't look good as well. They looked quite weak. And I was actually quite disappointed in them because I had high hopes for them at the start of the tournament. They did score a goal. It was a set piece. But they played South Korea, who played very good, actually. They played very good. But their issue was, how do I say it? Son Heung-min had too many chances and too many shots. I think others should have played better, like had more chances. And I think they would have won more. Because they went down, but then they came back. Then we had Canada versus Bosnia. Canada was the better team, but just didn't look it. Maybe it was the pressure, but also Canada is the team that hadn't won a game, hadn't got a point at the World Cup yet as the host, so maybe there was too much expectation. Bosnia, set pieces, strong team, physical team. I love the song, I am from Bosnia, take me to America. Yeah, vibey song. Love that. Then we came USA with freebirding 4-1. It's called soccer. They looked so good. Yeah. The hype is there for them, which was quite nice seeing because Paraguay was the dark horses. And a lot of people expected Paraguay to win. But no, USA played so much better. And they literally dominated the game. Could they go far in the World Cup? I hope so. They were my dark horses. And it's nice to see host nations go far. Paraguay, very weak. Very disappointing. Probably one of the most disappointing teams of the tournament so far. Would have been if there was another bad result for other teams later in the tournament. But yeah, defensively terrible and just didn't create much. Then it was Qatar, Switzerland. Switzerland, again, disappointed for me. I expected them to easily win this game. They kind of didn't create much. And Qatar drew the game, 1-1. And Qatar looked very good. They actually looked quite solid. I was impressed with them. Yeah, got the draw. Yeah. Morocco-Brazil was probably an exciting, fun game. The best game of the tournament. That 6-7 game. Yeah, 6-7. Yes, I'm doing 6-7. Just allow it. Brazil looked good. When is Neymar playing? That's the question for them. Because he isn't even playing in the next game. He's been ruled out for the second game. So when is Neymar coming back? Who knows if he's even playing. At the moment, it looks silly that they took him. But we will see. We will see. Morocco looked good. Yeah. It was a strong game. It was... Yeah, I expected Brazil to win. So Morocco getting a point in this game was good. And they had the chances at the start. And then Brazil kind of had the second. And Morocco had chances at the end. They are transitioning because of the new coaches, new generation. They have like no Ziyech from the last World Cup. But they have like young stars that do look very good. Haiti, Scotland. Scotland won. That's what I can say. 1-0. I think a lot of people underestimated Haiti. So 1-0 for Scotland. Let's see how they do against Brazil and Morocco for Scotland. Because 1-0 is a win, but it's not a comfortable win. So we'll see how they do against them. So hopefully for Scotland, they make round 32. But Scotland fans are crazy, so shout out to the Scottish fans. Yeah, Haiti actually played good. They had chances to draw the game, but they didn't. Their issue is scoring goals. But they have like Isidore up front and Belgrade, so yeah. But they have Morocco. That was probably their easiest game, so I think unlucky for them. Then we had one of the upsets of the first, like, big upset. Actually, like, well, not really, because Australia beat Australia 2-0. They defended well, got the counter attacks, and yeah, they won the game 2-0. Iran Kunda scored, who plays for Watford now. He was an ex-Bayern Munich player. Australia, yeah, good win. Potentially could go next round now. Turkey, disappointment again. People just need to stop betting on Turkey being a good team because they always seem to disappoint in the first game. Don't get me wrong, they'll probably win the next game or the third game, and then it'll be like, oh, this is what happened. Why did this Turkey not play? Then we had Germany, 7-1 at the World Cup again. They did it before against Brazil, so kind of easy win for them, dominated. But it was against Curacao, who are not expected to do well. And then Curacao, they got a goal. That's all I can say. And the fans seem to be happy. And it's a good day for the nation. Maybe a bit too much at the end with the 7. But yeah, they got a goal. They were drawing against Germany. That's all you can really say for them. Netherlands, Japan. One of the games of the thingy of the match week 1. There was literally just like back and forth they went. And yeah, 2-2. Just two good teams. Netherlands look decent. That mathematician guy has predicted Netherlands to win. He's really predicted the last 3 World Cups. Japan look good, but of course what we're going to say is, what if they had, what's his name? Mitoma. There are injuries. Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Looking now at Ivory Coast, like reading into them, they should have been my dark horses as well. Young team, haven't really lost much. And yeah, they got the goal against Ecuador. Ecuador, defensively good. Of course, they did concede, but defensively good. Attack, nothing. But yeah, Ivory Coast could go far, so watch out for them. And then, kind of a surprise, kind of no. Sweden scored 5 goals against Tunisia. They look quite good. Sorry, Isak and Gyökeres scored, which is very good for them. And yeah, they quite comfortably beat Tunisia. And yeah, Tunisia did not look good. Kind of disappointed again. But the biggest surprise, and this is spoilers now. My biggest disappointing team of the week was Spain. They drew 0-0 against Cabo Verde. The thing is, Spain didn't look too bad, but they just couldn't score. Like, they had the position, they had the chances, but Cabo Verde goalkeeper, the 41-year-old, go build a statue for him. I hope he has a tournament like this and it wasn't just one like legacy game and then the next game he kind of lets in like 5 or 6 goals. He shouldn't, because in their group they've got Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. But yeah, Cabo Verde goalkeeper, and yeah, happy for them. But yeah, Spain didn't look good. Lamine wasn't starting, so maybe next game he will be starting. And it was the first game of the World Cup. It's the heat, and the group stage games, a lot of them don't matter. And yeah, if I remember last World Cup, Argentina actually lost their first game to Saudi Arabia 2-1. And last time Spain won it in 2010, they lost their opening game against like Chile, was it? Or Switzerland? And then they ended up winning the World Cup. So, yeah. Then we had Belgium, who are in transition period with the golden generation to like the new generation. The new generation is good. They got Doku, Kettler. They still got like, what's his name? De Bruyne, Lukaku. Lukaku actually came off the subs and scored. Well, he scored, but it was an own goal from them. So, Belgium just is a weird team. Of course, they've been dark horses are expected to do well recently, but now they're kind of going to like with no expectations because they've disappointed. So maybe they're staying under the radar, but with the first game especially. Egypt looked decent in this game. It was Mo Salah's birthday, but yeah, 1-1. It's Mo Salah or nobody really, but we'll see how they do in the rest of the games. Saudi Arabia, 1-1 against Uruguay. Looked quite good actually. I expected Uruguay to win this game. So Saudis played good. Of course, with the Saudi Pro League getting better and the players being more competitive in this league, the Saudi football will be growing. And yeah, good for them. They should be Cabo Verde. So yeah. Uruguay, they have no Luis Suarez, which I was very confused. But Bielsa style football, 1-1. They equalised, and they should have won the game. Again, goalkeepers making good saves. Iran, New Zealand was a fun game. That was a fun game. Just from New Zealand, 2 goals. And yeah, New Zealand played better than people expected because everyone thought New Zealand would be terrible. Which I expected them to be quite bad as well. That's why I kind of expected Iran to go through to the next round. But yeah, Iran, they are a good team, but of course all the controversy and everything of this World Cup is affecting them. Like, I'm pretty sure they are playing in America, like USA, and they have to like go back to Canada, I think, or Mexico, and then they come back just for the country's games, which is a bit terrible. I don't understand why they can't just change the locations of their games then. Yeah. Next, France. Mbappe looked good. What? Do you know what, guys? This was the greatest day in football, in my opinion. Like, whoever missed this, I actually missed this team's game, but I fully rewatched the game straight after when I woke up in the morning. But what a day of football this was. France beat Senegal 3-1. Mbappe 2 goals. The first half Senegal was better and France did not look good. But what a team France has. And second half, oh my goodness, they looked so strong and so... Yeah. France is good. I'm happy that I kind of predicted them to win this World Cup now. Yeah, Mbappe 2 goals. Mbappe always turns up at the World Cup. Even though people were like hating on him before that he can't do it at the World Cup. But it's Mbappe. And Senegal did look quite decent. And they got the goal and... yeah, it was a closer game. Senegal, again, another team that couldn't go far in the tournament. Their only issue is they're in the group with France. And the next team I'm going to speak about, Norway and Erling Haaland. Norway is people's dark horses. And I think against Iraq, they did show how strong they are. Haaland brace again. So we had Mbappe brace on one day. Haaland brace on one day. If you know what the game after was, you know. But yes. What was I going to say? Yeah, Haaland brace. Norway started good. That was a good game as well. That was a surprise sleeper game, which actually turned out good. Iraq equalised. Yeah, Norway looked good. They took over the second half. Norway's good but it was Iraq, so no offence to Iraq. Their big game is Senegal, and see how they do against France. Iraq, they scored. They had so many chances in the first half. They just couldn't take it in the second half. They did look flat. So they might start strong, but then they run off flat. They go flat and then they defend. But yeah, Norway is good. And then, are we speaking about Argentina or Messi? Because Argentina is Messi. Because Messi, Ankara Messi, hat-trick. What a game for Messi. Everyone said he was going to be washed. A lot of people hating on Argentina, that there might be the surprises. They're looking stronger now. They're people's favourites to win the thing. But yeah, Messi's got a hat-trick. I won't lie. Without how good it was and how good Messi's performance was, he was good. But as soon as he came off, bear in mind, it was 3-0 when he came off. And it might not happen a lot because I'm expecting if it was a close game, Messi's not coming off. But Argentina did look flat without him and didn't really do much without him. So this team is Messi. So let's hope for Argentina's sake. And for everyone else's sakes who loves football. Messi has a good World Cup, so we can see prime Messi. Not prime Messi, but you know what I mean. He's 39, he's doing it. And yeah, he's my go, guys. Then after that, we had Austria versus Jordan. Oh, Algeria, sorry. Everyone cared about Messi in that game. I'm sorry, Algeria. You played decent. You have no Mahrez, which I'm so shocked about. But you played decent. Just, everyone cared about Messi. You probably will be second team in your group because the other teams don't look good. Talking about other teams, Austria, you look at the score, and Austria won 3-1. And this was me because that game was at 5 a.m. and I was like, I had work the next day. You look at the game and it was finished 3-1, so you think Austria won comfortably. Not really. I think Jordan actually was a better team in that game. But Austria was very disappointing. The first goal was good. They got the goal, but they didn't really do much. Then the second goal they kind of got from a set piece, which was back-to-back. And then the third one was a penalty at the end, which it was, I think, lack of defense error because his hands kind of went up. And yeah. But I could have easily seen that game going to Jordan or draw. So scoreline wasn't what it should be. But Jordan played very good. I was shocked by them. I didn't know your football. So yeah, Jordan, good job, but unlucky. They got the goal and they should have been leading, in my opinion. They played better, but they didn't. So, and then they have Algeria and Argentina coming up for them. I think Jordan kind of knew that Austria was the weakest team in the game, so they had to perform. So after the day of football, we went into our last games of the match week. So we had a day where Mbappe scored a brace. We had Haaland on a brace. Messi on a hat-trick. So all the Messi fans are calling him the GOAT. Next, we had Portugal come up against DR Congo. DR Congo, who are not expected to do well in this tournament, by the way, just to let you know. Probably, yeah. So Ronaldo is stopped playing. And there was the memes. There was the memes about how Ronaldo's going to have so many shots, so many chances, and he's not going to do much. And what did Ronaldo go out do? He proved the haters right. And he was terrible, in my opinion. I think the reason Portugal drew this game was because of Ronaldo. That might be a bit harsh, but I'm sorry, guys. I want Ronaldo to do well. And, you know, I want him to have his golden moments. But not like the way he did. Because he wasn't... Sorry, I'm good. He didn't have the moments. He had the chances. And he just wasted them. And as I say, I feel like it was more costly for Portugal than him actually playing well. Which is a shame because it's Ronaldo, you know. But yeah, Portugal, they scored an early goal. But then I remember seeing a stat. I'm actually going to check this now. Because I know that I've got the phone in the background. No, they didn't have a single shot on target after like the 68th minute. So they scored in the 6th minute. They didn't have a single shot on target in the 68th minute. So I don't know what to say. That's kind of terrible, in my opinion. Again, one of the biggest disappointments, in my opinion, as well, of the match week. Congo, surprisingly, yeah. Portugal played terrible, but Congo played okay. Give credit where credit's given. They got the goal, and then they defended it, which was their tactics. So good job to them. Next, it's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. England, attack, amazing. Should have scored more if there wasn't that Croatian keeper, Lukovic. Literally, so many chances. Yeah, Kane brace, Kane Ballon d'Or. If England go far, why not? Who else? Yeah, Bellingham got a goal and Rashford got a goal, so it was nice. England's concern, defense. Defense is terrible. Croatia isn't the Croatia that they used to be as well. I think a lot of people still remember Croatia and England because of the 2018. Personally, I don't think they're the same. I still think Croatia's, don't get me wrong, they're a strong team, but not the strong team that people think they are. But yeah, England needs to sort out defense. I understand why people are probably going to say, why did they play Stones? I think Stones was the right centre back. I think Gay should have played instead of Konza, personally. That was my concern, my biggest shock about this. And yeah, it should have been more. But now England's next games are Ghana and Panama, so should be easy wins, should score loads of goals. And yeah, Croatia, as I say, Croatia's got some good young stars with mixed with old stars, but they're just not the same Croatia. I think, as I said, it could have been a lot more if that goalkeeper Lukovic didn't make so many saves. He made like a triple save once, so yeah, they should win against Ghana and Panama, but don't expect him to go like semi-finals, quarterfinals. Yeah, not a far run, but if the keeper is on form and they get a goal, who knows? Ghana, Panama, probably one of the most boring games of the tournament so far. Just there wasn't much in this game. It opened before the second hydration break, and then the hydration break happened, and then it was a bit interesting near the end because both teams knew they had to kind of win, and Panama played good, but yeah, Ghana scored a late minute winner. It was the head coach's like first competitive game, so good job for them. They got the win, so that's all that matters for them. They just need to play defensively well against Croatia and England to, yeah, be in the next round. Then Colombia, Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan didn't really create much. They had that one goal, and that was their only chance. They fouled a lot. That was it. Cannavaro is the manager, but yeah, I don't know what to say. Maybe Colombia was just too good because Colombia looked very strong. So I need to see how Uzbekistan play against Congo and Portugal, and how Colombia play against Portugal, because it's either Colombia was very good or Uzbekistan was terrible. But yeah, Colombia dominated the game. 3-1, easy win for them. So that's all the games. As I say, biggest surprise, team to like notable mentions for me is Cabo Verde, of course, DR Congo, Ivory Coast. But for me, I'm going to go and say that my team was USA because some people doubted them, but they end up winning 4-1 against Paraguay. Biggest disappointment against shoutouts. Well, the shoutouts are, of course, to what are the teams that I'm shouting out? Switzerland. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for next games. Switzerland is the shoutouts. And Portugal, but of course it has to be Spain. Game of the match week. England, Croatia. Let's say England, Croatia. Sorry, guys. I hope that wasn't too loud on the camera. England, Croatia, that had goals, everything. Most boring game. I'm sorry, that was Ghana, Panama. But yeah, match week. Player of the game week, what? Messi. Honourable mentions Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, the Cabo Verde goalkeeper. Honourable mention. So next match weeks, games to look out for: Netherlands, Sweden. That is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Whenever you're watching it. Spain, Saudi Arabia, to see how Spain do. France, Senegal. Ooh. France versus Senegal. That is my game of the day. Game of the match day. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. It's coming home. That's all I can say. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave it a like. And yeah, comment on who was your favorite team so far. And yeah, check out shorts because there's more in-depth videos in the shorts. But yeah, it's been Carlos Talks Football, and I'll see you for another video. It might either be Match Week 2 review or the teams that are struggling and are in trouble. But yeah, see you later for now.